Hello, 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 my good people. Happy Wednesday. I hope that everyone is having an amazing Wednesday. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. It has been quite the week as an entrepreneur. If y'all want to hear all about it, tune in to the Camellia Academy page. I talk a little bit more about business on that page. But I am tuning in today to talk to you guys about skincare, self-care, and everything in between. And I'm super excited because I'm gonna in a couple minutes have a special guest join us, and we're gonna talk a little bit about skincare and self-care during this quarantine journey of ours. So I'm going to give her a couple minutes to join us. She is going to be joining us on Instagram. So unfortunately, if you guys are on Facebook, you're going to kind of hear me talking to myself. So just be aware of that. So if you guys want to see us talking together, you might want to tune in on Instagram, just FYI. But I'm super excited to have our guest, so we're going to give her a couple minutes to join in, and then we're going to get the conversation started. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see if we can get her online. Hello, 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 ma'am. All right. For
How
those
are
of you,
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Okay, so for those of you who are tuning in via Facebook, you're not going to see her, but today we have Miss Nancy from the Avid magazine joining us to discuss skincare, self-care, and everything in between. Nancy, do you have your wine? That's my first question.
So I know that this is Wellness Wednesday, and I haven't been
Yes.
drinking that much wine. However, girlfriend, I have my tea.
Okay. Look, are we about to spill the tea? Look, that's what you do, right? Okay. All
Well,
right. Well,
I don't really have a lot of tea, but I have a lot of opinions about what's going on. So that might be some good tea.
okay. All right. Well, I'm going to say toast to you, and toast to all of you guys that have joined us. I've got my wine. Nancy's got her tea, and we are going to get started. So, toast to you guys in Wellness Wednesday. All right. So I'm super, super excited to have you, Nancy. And of course, I always let everybody know that when we're on the Camellia Alise page, everything is self care and skincare and everything in between, right? So it has been a crazy couple months with quarantine. And as far as self care and taking care of yourself, I kind of wanted to talk to you about what you're doing, and then you are lending a lot of emotional support to our community by giving some of the amazing information out. So tell us a little bit more about you for the people who don't know you, and then tell us what your experience has been like lately with this quarantine.
Hi, I'm Nancy Jackson. I am the editor of Avid Magazine. Make sure you go follow us at the Avid Magazine underscore. Um, and basically, this time has really, really been busy for us because of everything that's going on with COVID. It's like at one time you're looking for news stories and you're trying to find things to cover, but these last couple of months, it's been nonstop. It's
Right.
been one thing after another, and then it's getting to the point where you kind of have to choose what are you going to actually cover because it's
Right.
so much. Like every day, there's at least 10, 15, 20 stories
Right.
in one day.
Unfortunately, I know that that is weighing heavily on everyone in our community. And so, my question for you is, first of all, how are you coping with it? And then, as someone who is, covering the news, what insight can you give the viewers? What tips do you have for them as far as mental wellness, and then also keeping themselves informed with everything that's going on?
So for me, how I'm coping, I'm doing the best that I can do. Right now, some of the stories are really, really heartbreaking, and it's really kind of some big pills to swallow. However, this is what's going on. It's not that these are anything new that's going on. We're kind of repeating ourselves in history. I know one of the things that I have been trying to do is I've been trying to take a couple of hours to unwind for myself, because at 1 hour you have this going on, the next hour you got something else going on, and it's going to continue to be a cycle over and over again. Now what I would tell you is the news is putting out a lot of information, media is putting out a lot of information. Please make sure that you're researching and that you are checking the facts before you go around giving information that is not true. That has been happening a lot over the past couple of weeks. Everyone is like, oh, well, the news said this and the news said that. But did you actually go and make sure that you check this information out, especially if you're reposting or you're adding something to your social media?
Right. And
Go ahead.
I think that is so relevant, especially, I mean, on both sides of things, right? When it comes to the health part of things with COVID, day to day, you know, people, this helped, the next day this doesn't help, and then you're also tuning in to all the social things that are going on, and it's the same thing. It's like, this story happened today, no, this happened today, and you know, so it's very, very hard. And I know with you being a professional, like, it's extremely hard to keep up with what's going on every day. It's like, what should we be doing to protect ourselves mentally, physically? You know, what should we be doing to help our community? Everything around us is just, it's every day changing so quickly. You've also been like running and doing some physical exercise to help you as well, right?
Yes. So getting up early in the morning and exercising helps me start my day. I get up, I take me a little run slash walk. um, but I have found that that helps me to clear my mind. It helps me to kind of hone in onto what's going on,
Right.
what I need to do to help me with my day, help me start my day. And then once I run, then I come back and I'm like, okay, let's get to work. Because
Right.
in just that hour that I do every day, I try to do 4 miles. Um,
Okay.
and the little hour that I do, at least six things has happened within that hour.
Okay. Okay. I keep hearing about, you know, I don't know if four is the magic number. Everybody I know that during quarantine has started like working out and walking. It's 4 miles. Everybody's like, I do 4 miles in the morning. I'm like, is that the number I need to be achieving? Because that seems that works. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. Right now, I'm doing about a mile and a half, but I need to up my game.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, I go to a trail that's really down the street from my house, and 4 times around is 4 miles.
Okay,
So
got it.
I just really walk 4 laps, but Nike Plus says it's 4 miles.
It's 4 miles. Okay. So,
Yeah.
for those of you guys who are tuning in, I'm super excited. I have a bunch of people tuning in on both Facebook and Instagram. So, I just want to let you guys know that I have Miss Nancy Jackson from the Avid magazine on with us, and we're discussing self care, mostly self care. Today's really not about skincare. We're discussing self care and then the current environment that we are in. Of course, you know, Nancy covers media, and we just talked about the importance of vetting your resources because things change from day to day, whether it's about our health, whether it's about social justice, the community, everything just keeps changing so quickly. So it's just a matter of, you know, how do we know who to believe, what's the best thing to do for our health? I mean, Nancy, tell me about your opinion. We are both, by the way, we have people from all over the country. So let me just say, we are both located in Houston. What is your opinion on, I guess, Texas and us opening up right now? And then, you know, our numbers are spiking. And then in addition to that, while everyone is starting to protest, more and more people are going out and not being as safe, you know, with masks and things as they were before. So kind of what is your opinion on the current state of the city and the state, and kind of what are you doing? What is your feedback on it?
Okay, so you asked me a couple of questions. I'll
I
address the
did.
first one with COVID.
Yeah.
So right now, as far as Texas, in my personal opinion, I feel like we kind of opened up a little fast and things are pretty much back to normal when they're really not back to normal.
Right.
If you go out, you see more traffic, you see more people in stores. A lot of stores are not allowing you, well, not making you wear a mask, and then some are. You know, some people have changed their shopping habits. I know one of the biggest stories in media right now is HEB, if you're in
Okay.
Texas. So HEB is not requiring their customers to wear masks, but a lot of their customers are upset because they feel like you should have to wear a mask.
Really?
And yeah, so a lot of people that shopping at HEB, they're like, I'm gonna go to Kroger's or I'm gonna go to Randall's or something
Wow.
else because other stores are requiring that you have a mask.
I guess I didn't even realize that, because now let me just say I'm doing curbside right now because of everything that's going on. I'm not even really going into the stores as much, but I maybe a month ago when I went into the stores, they had the little shield things going. They had all kinds of stuff protecting you and your client. So I guess maybe now they're just becoming a little bit more lax. But as companies become more lax, the numbers keep going up. So let me just say, shout out to the companies like Starbucks. Let me just say, Starbucks, for instance. Every time I go through the drive-through, every person that is handing my stuff, that is handling my stuff, they have a mask on. Okay, they are not playing any games. And I believe that one location, I'm not gonna say which one it is, but I think that someone tested positive and they shut the whole place down for like 2 or 3 weeks just to make sure that they were cleaning it up. So, I mean, I just want to shout out to the companies that are doing that. I think it's kind of disappointing that they're not requiring masks in certain places. So,
Yeah, HEB is in the news big time right now for not requiring those masks, even though they
wow.
still do have the face shields at the registers and their employees have masks on. Some of them have gloves on. However, whenever you go into either entrance at HEB, they have a bin full of masks there for you to purchase.
Right. So it's like we'll have the stuff available, but we're not going to require you to wear it.
Yep,
Okay.
they have. You can buy them in the packs of 10, packs of 25, or you can buy a single mask. They also have hand sanitizer right there for you as well.
So it's like they have it there, but you're not really required to have it.
Well, you know, people
Okay.
are saying that it went against their rights.
Well, and let me just say that we've seen protests. Let me just say, we're going to talk now, moving into social justice and covering that. But let me just say that there are so many people out here protesting for a million different reasons, and that happens to be one of them. You see people all over the country protesting, open things up, open things up. And for many of you who don't know, for me personally, I have a mom, a very close cousin, and a husband who are immunocompromised. So if you come into our spa, you are getting a mask, you are getting temperature checks, you are getting hand sanitizers, and we are not playing any games. And I'm looking at friends that own spas in Michigan and all these other places. They're not even opening until July, and people here are just like, "Oh, we're past that." So it's very surprising, but I would say if you are out there and you are going places, protect yourself because no one else is going to. Um, Now, the other thing, of course, that's going on as we talk about protests, people are protesting, getting out there and not having to wear their masks and opening up their businesses again. But a lot of what we're seeing right now is, of course, Black Lives Matter. We're seeing all of these murders that have occurred. And now I feel like we have a younger generation that is out there, making sure that their voices are heard. So as a person who covers that media as well, I know that that is extremely hard for you. And we kind of discussed a little bit about George Floyd and how that affected you. But as someone who is covering all of these stories, my God, how do you keep up with it? And what do you advise our viewers to do to help the community and also to stay informed?
So for me, I haven't been able to actually be on the front line. I have a parent who is also uh, that cannot be around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
health is really
Yeah.
at a big point right now where she cannot really catch anything or be around anything,
Right.
and I still have to take her to and from the doctor. So I'm not able to actually be out doing a protest, being on the front line, covering different media stories. I wasn't even able to attend George Floyd's funeral, which I really wanted to, but at the end of the day, I had to make a choice between covering a story or taking
Protecting your
care of,
parent. Yeah.
taking care of my parent. And, I made the best choice that I had to make for me and
Right.
my family, and it was to, protect my family. So, um, for me, I haven't, been able to be as active as I want to be. However,
Right.
it is still a way to be involved without actually protesting, without actually going to the different things. In my opinion, and I always have to say, in my opinion,
Yeah.
I feel that a lot of what's going on, it's a good thing. I am for us marching for our rights, and I do understand the protest, but only to a certain limit.
Right.
It's a lot of things that are being done that
I
maybe
don't
should not
necessarily agree.
be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like that is going to bring social justice with everything that they're doing. Um, I feel like it's gonna make things worse. I was watching yesterday because, of course, everyone is putting out a statement right now. Black Lives Matter. We stand with the Black community. We're donating this amount. We're doing this. We're doing that. Everybody is on. We support the Black community right now.
Right.
So everybody's putting out a statement, everyone's sending emails. Well, Amazon has a lot of Black movies for free right now. If
Yes, they
you have
do.
Amazon Prime, you can see
Yes, some really good ones.
you can
Yes.
see everything. So I was looking at some of the movies that they had on yesterday, and
I just watched Just Mercy. I was like, oh, this is free?
that's what
Yes.
everyone said.
Oh,
Everyone's like,
yes, you are
"Just
so
Mercy."
correct.
If you haven't seen Just Mercy, it's free on Amazon Prime right now. Also, Harriet is on there as well. If you haven't seen that one, pretty much. Oh, another good one while I'm on it is the Brian Banks story. It is really, really
Okay.
good, and that's on
I
Amazon
haven't seen
Prime
that.
too. So check that out. Look,
Okay.
I said good movie. Yes, it's a good movie. um, but I was watching Selma. And
Okay.
I've seen Selma before, but I just wanted to watch it again. And while
Yeah.
I was watching it, I said, you know what? Dr. Martin Luther King and everybody that was working with him, they were all about this peaceful protest. And
Right.
it worked. However, right now, I feel like a lot of the protests have not been peaceful. But when I looked at the movie, I was like, this looks like history repeating itself all over
It is.
again.
Yeah.
All over again.
Very true. Very true.
All over again.
Very true.
Think
And
also,
so
go ahead.
I did just want to say one thing that you touched on that we did talk about last week, and just really quickly, I wanted to say hi. A bunch of people have tuned in on Facebook, and guys, if you're on Facebook, you're not going to see Nancy. If you're on Instagram, you'll see both Nancy and myself. But we have Nancy from Avid Magazine talking self care and a couple of different things with us. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know it might be a little weird. Looks like I'm talking to myself if you're on Facebook. But one of the things that you touched on, Nancy, that we actually talked about last week, so I wanted to kind of bring it up. You know, as someone in media, you know, you said you're not able to necessarily be on the front lines right now because of your you know, your mom and her condition. And one of the things that I touched on, and I just want to, you know, talk about it again this week is I always go back to what the stewardess on the airplane says. What do they say? Put your own mask on first, then the next person's, right? We all want to be there to help everyone else around us, but you have to protect yourself. So there are certain times that we can't be out there or do certain things we would desire to do because we have to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and protecting home first. So I do definitely commend you for, making sure that you are keeping your mom safe above all else because it is extremely important. So I just wanted to commend you for that. And then otherwise, like I said, I'm excited, girl. I was writing down these movies. I'm like, okay, I gotta. I've already seen Selma. I saw that in the theater, but I haven't seen Harriet and a couple other ones that I need to catch up on as well. And I do want to also say thank you so much for covering all the stories that you're covering. It is, I know it has to be a lot to be out here and trying to make sure that you're vetting all of these sources and making sure that you are staying in front of it so that people like me who are looking to you for the latest news get what they need. So I really appreciate that.
Yes, it's been a lot. This week has really been a busy week. We've had a lot of things we had to talk about, including what was going on with NASCAR and the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Today we're just releasing an article talking about how Uncle Ben and Ain't Your Mama, they're changing their names and changing their
I
brand
saw that
logo.
today. I saw that today.
So that's going to be a big one. But I do want to give a shout out to Feed Your City Challenge. And I'm sorry, this is off the record.
No, that's okay, girl. Go for it.
But this weekend in Richmond, Virginia, they are hosting a Juneteenth celebration called the Black Lives Matter Weekend. And it's going to be hosted by Trey Songz featuring Pusha T, Tony Draper, and also Ricky Davis of the Ricky Davis Foundation.
Okay. Got it.
If you're in Virginia, please make sure you check it out. It's going to start on Friday and it's going to go through Sunday. And they have a lot of things planned for the weekend. So I do want to give them a shout out.
Got it. Okay. And I wanted to shout out a couple things too as well, but we did get a question from the audience, the most hilarious thing. Someone asked, what is in my glass? So if you missed the beginning, Nancy has tea and I have wine. Y'all know this is Wine and Wellness Wednesday. So I keep my wine going. Now, I am one of those that I like all different kinds of wines, but today I'm drinking a dry Cabernet, by the way. So since that question was asked, but you touched on something that I wanted to touch on before we left. There are a lot of companies out there right now that are saying, Black Lives Matter and we stand behind Black lives. And there's a lot of corporations saying that. But I want to personally shout out to the companies that are not only saying it, but putting their money. Has one, PayPal has a grant. There are all these grants right now specifically for Black owned and a lot of them Black female owned businesses. So I want to shout out to all those companies who are not only saying that Black lives and Black entrepreneurs matter, but who are actually putting action behind their words. There are a few corporations, like I said, I'm not going to name, but they're putting things out there like, oh, Black lives matter. But when, Black employees say, well, why aren't you recruiting from HBCUs? Why aren't, you guys diversifying your board of directors? Why aren't you guys doing things that actually show that what you're saying is true? And then things go radio silence. So I just really wanted to commend those companies out there that are moving forward to show, yes, we are saying that, Black lives matter and that, minority lives matter, but we're also putting money behind what we're saying because I feel like that is extremely important.
One of the biggest companies that I know that does follow through with their word and they do support the Black community. And if you guys have not looked into them, I really suggest that you take a look into what they have going on, not only for individuals, but also for business owners as well as Fargo. Well, really? Fargo does a lot for the Black
community. That's my thing. I'm like, what am I missing? What they've been doing?
Look, they ain't started doing it when this Black Lives Matter stuff hit the surface. They've been doing it for years.
Well, I was gonna say for years they've been doing it because if you guys don't know, our location is in Third Ward of Houston, which is a historically underutilized community. And I think 5 years ago, Wells Fargo was doing a grant for brick and mortar companies. They were giving out grants. This was before we had a spa because I would have applied, but they were giving out grants to help build out and improve businesses in this community. So they have been doing it for years. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Shout out to Wells Fargo.
So before we end, really quickly, I just wanted to make an announcement. If you guys have been looking at our Instagram and Facebook pages, you will see that Camellia Alise is doing another giveaway. You know, we do one pretty much every 2 weeks or so. So I just wanted you guys to make sure that y'all are following us, liking us, tag a couple people so that y'all can get some free products because next week we will be announcing the winner. And next week we are going to be discussing a little bit more on skincare. I don't know how many of you guys are experiencing this, but I know personally I am. As someone who is in medical aesthetics and can give herself facials, I normally keep pretty clear skin, but I have been stressed out so much this week that I had pimples starting to pop up, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? So I know that if I'm feeling it, a lot of y'all are feeling these skincare issues too. So we're going to kind of talk about that a little bit more next week.
So, girl, what are you giving away?
Oh, so we're going to give away a scrub next week. So we typically give away one of our scrubs or one of our shave creams. So yes, definitely follow us, like us, read the little post and tag people and all that. And we will be announcing the winner for the scrub next week.
Okay, so y'all need to do whatever she's telling y'all to do because them products are good. I said, look, I'm going to go on there so I can apply. Let me see what I need to do so I can give me some free products too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, in addition to being a wonderful media mogul, Nancy is one of the biggest Camellia Alise skincare supporters, y'all. So if you have questions on skincare and how the products work, y'all can DM her and she will answer some of your questions too about our skincare products.
Girl, I sure will because when I say I'm an advocate, I was like, I tried her products, skin issues, and when I tell you her products work, they make my skin feel great. I have a little glow going on. Especially
well, thank you.
The cellulite.
Thank you for the support. Thank you for using the products. And I'm so excited that you're able to jump on with us today. For those of you who are joining us, I tell you guys every week with Wine and Wellness, we discuss skincare, self-care, and everything in between. I have Nancy from the Avid magazine with us here on the Camellia Alise pages. But we are going to be switching over and continuing the conversation on the Camellia Academy page. And there we're going to talk a little bit more about things on the business side because, of course, that's where we talk spa, business, things of that sort. So if y'all are interested in tuning in and hearing a little bit more of Nancy's journey on the business side as well as mine, y'all tune in. We're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes on the Academy page. Thank you so much for joining us, Nancy. And look, we'll get ready to tune in on the next side.
Okay, I'll see you on the other side.
All right. Bye.
Bye.